We are here to invite our friends from the press to be present on this Saturday the 24th. The conference starts at 9 a.m. in the morning and ends at 6 p.m. in the evening. You are our honored guests. We would like you to come and join us because there's a lunch provided there. There are tea both times, snacks, etc. Buses have been arranged from all the four main towns in Goa to BITS Pilani. So we have a bus from Apsa, I think a bus from Panjim, 2 buses from Ponda and 1 bus from Mano. So you're welcome to use that facility or let us know if we can make some arrangements for our friends in the press. We are going to have a very interesting subjects on discussion that day. A senior architect called Prem Chandravadkar will be discussing green buildings beyond rating. So you see, just as you get a rating, like a hotel gets a 5-star or a 4-star or a 3-star rating, so also a green building gets a platinum rating or a golden rating or a silver rating. So Mr. Chandravadkar is going to discuss how it's important to be green irrespective of the rating that one gets, how important it is to be green regardless of the rating. So he's going beyond ratings and the limitation of rating, he's going into the area of real, hardcore, good quality green design. Then we've got the ITC people coming from the Indian ITC hotels, welcome to. They are being kind enough to come because they are the only chain in the country. All their hotels are platinum, all. So they are being kind enough to come and help us because in Goa we have so many hotels. So I request you to kindly mention this in your articles that you are writing, that we are welcoming all our friends who are hoteliers, so that not only can they know how to build new hotels which are green, they can convert their and make their existing hotels greener. And gentlemen, sirs, what it means to be green is to reduce your cost. If you reduce your electric bill, you're green. If you reduce your water consumption, you're green. So this is a real way that hoteliers can put money in their pockets instead of paying high costs of electricity, high costs of water, high costs of sewage evacuation and sewage removal. They can actually make it themselves more profitable. Then we've got Abha Narayan Lamba. She's a very senior architect from Mumbai because she is a specialist in the greening of existing old structures, which again is very relevant in Goa. We have so many old buildings, old structures, we want to maintain them as part of our conservation ideas. How do you maintain an old building like Fontainebleau, like Mala, like Old Goa perhaps, and like others, precincts in Margao and various other places where you have old structures? How do you retain them at the same time make them green? So she's an expert in that. Then there's going to be a panel discussion on how to get your green building certified. And it's important to get a certification because you can actually make money on the certification. You can trade have a carbon trading mechanism which is already there. So a person who does a green building and he can earns carbon credits, he can convert those carbon credits into money. Then another subject is that we're discussing, which is of particular interest to students. And today we were at Goa College of Engineering, we were now going to the Architectural College. Last week we did Polytechnic, Agnel College, and various colleges, because the future is in our young people. And there are about 200-250 students per year in engineering, civil engineering and architecture. And they are the audience that we're also looking at because we're having a panel discussion on careers for young professionals in the green industry. You see, sirs, 10, 20 years ago, 15 years ago, the word internet, the word email, the word download, upload, application, these were not words that were part of the normal language because this has all come as a result of the digital age. Similarly, in 2, 3, 4 years' time, words like green, like conservation, eco-friendly, reduce water, reduce waste, etc. will become part of the lexicon, will become part of the dictionary of the future. And young people today, none of them, when I ask them in colleges, which of you put your hand up if you don't have an email ID, not one hand goes up. Which of you don't have a mobile phone, not one hand goes up. In 4 years' time, these young architects, young engineers should not have to put their hand up when someone says to them, what is a green building? How do you get a green building made? How do you rate a green building? How do you construct a green building? Okay, here's a building, it's existing, it's not being green. How do we convert it into a green building? Or better still, how do we use buildings in a greener possible way so that we reduce cost, reduce water consumption, reduce electricity consumption? Because these are things that are in short supply. In Goa, we have a water problem, that's endemic. We have a power problem, endemic. We don't have a sewage facility, so we have to have evacuation, separate evacuation of sewage. How do we reduce that instead of using a flush that consumes 6 liters per flush? How can we do it so that we have a 2-liter flush and a 4-liter flush? So these are all practical, real ways to save water, save current, reduce the footprint. So a panel discussion for young people in the green industry, because in the years to come, it's the young people who will go up, and the young people in India. Because look at our population. We need every young person of the graduating batches, 250 kids, 300 kids. In 5 years' time, each of them are going to get married, they're going to be looking at 300 homes. How do you construct 300 homes and make sure that those homes don't have a negative impact on the environment. Because homes are necessary, like vehicles are necessary. Then we're going to have a subject on what government can do to encourage green building. So the Chief Town Planner has been kind enough to come. In the morning, the inauguration is going to be by Honorable Chief Minister. In the evening, the valedictory address is going to be by Honorable Opposition Leader. Then, I think one of the most important subjects that we are going to be discussing on the 24th of September is ways and means of squaring the circle, affordable and green. You see, today in Panjim, it is impossible, or in Goa, it's impossible to get a 2-bedroom flat for 15 lakhs. It's impossible to get a 1-bedroom flat for 9 lakhs, 10 lakhs. Where are we providing homes for people with a monthly combined income of 30,000 a month? Where do those people go for their homes? Where do they buy a house? So that's a big challenge that faces society and faces developers like us, and it faces engineers like us, and it faces all civil society members who are thinking people. It faces us that how do we square the problem of affordability? So we require large volumes of homes to be built at low cost. At the same time, how do you make sure that those large volumes of homes are eco-friendly? Don't consume too much water, don't consume too much electricity, are designed in such a way that they have large windows so that you have light through the day, you don't have to unnecessarily use light, you don't have to unnecessarily put the air conditioning on, unnecessarily you don't have to have the fan on. So all these in small ways, these are ways to save money, save costs. This is the future of the construction industry. In 5 years' time, it is not going to be enough to say that we are constructing a building. You will have to say that you are constructing, is it going to be a platinum building, or is it going to be a gold rated building? Is it going to be a building that has a low ecological impact? I think that is going to be the qualification. Like today, in the common language it is, I have sent a PDF file, I have sent an XLS file, I have used an Excel file, I have sent you an SMS, I have used a text. It's not enough to say I have sent you some information. How? Hard copy, soft copy. In soft copy you have 10 different ways of sending it. Similarly, you are building a building in 5 years' time. How? Is it going to be a normal building, old style? Water gushing, wasting, tanki bharta hoye, watchman soccer asa, taka cover na pump overflows alemunu, and the water is coming and wasting and wasting. Those days have gone. So these are big problems we are facing, and that is why we are discussing affordable and green ways and means of squaring the circle so that we are able to deliver low-cost housing to people. For example, Acron is doing 8,000 apartments in North Bangalore, and there it's in a 50-acre site. It's going to be a platinum-rated development. In Bangalore, we are providing 2-bedroom apartments for 14 lakhs. 1-bedroom apartment for 9 lakhs, 3-bedroom for 16 or 17 lakhs. The purpose is to put people on the real estate ladder for the first time. At the same time, when you put them on the real estate ladder for the first time, make sure it's done in an eco-friendly way with a low impact to the environment. And Acron did an essay competition last month, and we are happy to announce that at the end, for 20 minutes during on September 24th, we'll be having a prize giving ceremony, and all the youngsters, there have been about 250 responses, and especially we are happy to note the response from the youngsters in the age group of 11 to 18 was fantastic. A massive response about essays on green buildings, how to make your building green, how to make your school green, and all that. So there's a very good response, and that's going to be the end. And then at the end, Manohar Bab is going to give us a valedictory address. So this is the plan for the 24th of September. Gentlemen and ladies of the press, you are kindly invited to attend in large numbers, and please grace us with your presence so that we can spread the message of green buildings, green constructions far and wide. Thank you very much.